It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, Hoops fans. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny, the Jet, the champion, Smith, and Shaquille, the Diesel, the champion several times, O'Neal. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Tonight, we'll be watching the Indiana Pacers playing against the Chicago Bulls. For Chicago, more than solid play for them of late. 7 wins in their last 10 outings, making their mark and playing well. Miles Turner in action tonight. 11th pick in the 2015 draft. Hard to believe he fell out of the top 10, given how well he's played.
Welcome, everyone, to Indianapolis, Indiana. It's the home of the Pacers, where we will be broadcasting today's action live. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony as well as Doris Burke.
Well, guys,
thank you, David. Doris, this is about the time the trades start to happen. But let me ask you, if you acquire someone mid-season, this is always tricky. Can you reasonably expect that person then to continue and help you in the playoffs?
You know, I think you can, Kevin. I think some of it is how well does that person fit, both in terms of the skill set they bring to the table. Do they complement the pieces already in existence? And the other part is, and maybe the untold part, is the personality aspect of this. Think back to Cleveland's championship, LeBron's first in Cleveland and the first in countless years in the city of Cleveland, Channing Frye. People will not necessarily associate him with that championship, but if you ask the Cleveland Cavaliers, that guy's ability to mesh on the basketball floor and bring the respective pieces of the puzzle together were crucial in that championship. The answer is a definitive yes, you can.
So what I'm hearing in your answer is that it's a lot on the floor, but boy, there's a lot to consider what they do off the floor, in your locker room.
Yeah, both pieces important, no doubt.
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Markkanen and Lopez are together down low. Dunn and Levine, their backcourt. And it's Valentine in at the 3. And both free throws good for Darren Collison.
Boy, he's just been so consistent, right? I mean, every time he's gotten to the stripe, he's delivered. This is great stuff.
Markkanen passes to Levine. Markkanen kicks to Dunn. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Here's Levine, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Well, think about Zach LaVine suffering that ACL tear last season, guys. He then gets sent to the Bulls in the Jimmy Butler trade. Certainly, that's a lot to deal with. Let's hope he can flourish in his new surroundings.
And for Levine, everything was up for him across the board. Doris, you knew he had the athleticism, but don't you see the skills now have caught up with that in short time?
I don't think there's any question, Kev. It's amazing how quickly his shot has progressed. With his burst and shooting, he's now a nightmare to guard. This guy's a great all-around talent who is only getting better.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Well, he went all in there. He embraces the challenge and somehow finishes with the layup.
Up off the screen.
I tell you, when Levine gets up ahead of steam, he's really difficult to stay in front of.
Collison kicks to Oladipo. There's the pick, and it's Bogdanovich off the drive. And the rebound goes to Lopez. So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. Here's Markkanen. No good off the front iron.
Well, they get it to the high percentage area, and then it all goes wrong from there.
That's tipped. Levine against Oladipo. And Markkanen with the basket on the assist by Levine.
Yeah, Levine finding the open man. The difference for him right now, playing under control.
Collison dishes to Oladipo. There's Sabonis. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. The Bulls have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Dunn kicks to Markkanen. Outside, Levine. Off target from outside. And here are the Pacers now. Victory eluded them last time in Chicago when they faced the Bulls.
And their last time against this club, they really fell short at the free throw line.
How about that? He's 7 feet tall, and Miles Turner, because of that ability to move in any direction at any moment, is a big-time problem inside.
Done with it. He's against Collison. They retain possession. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. Turner with the screen. The drive by Collison. Terrific design on the pick play. And he lays it in. Collison's got 8 points.
Well, gives up the body selflessly, right? That's a winning play right there by Miles Turner. Such a good screener.
Markkanen can't get it to go.
Boy, I didn't think he had a chance of stopping that lay-in. What a gutsy defensive play.
And Oladipo kicks to Collison. Connects from three-point range. 11 points in the game.
Off to a fantastic start. He's 4 for 5. Watch out.
Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Boy, you do not want LaVine getting all the way to the rack. Where is the rotation?
Indiana leading by 6. Collison, the pass to Bogdanovic. Turner with the screen. No good that time. Good D by Lopez. Bulls have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. Kicks to Dunn to the inside. In the corner, Valentine with it. Pass to Dunn. And Oladipo pulls it down.
Those are chances. Almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm. And how about Markkanen using his size and reach on defense? Great timing in terms of being able to get up and block shots.
And LaVine, here we go. Great D that time from Collison.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Well, if he wasn't there, that shot's going in. Love the effort on the defensive end.
Outside, Bogdanovic. Sabonis kicks to Turner. 6 on the shot clock. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Bulls trail by 8. Dunn dishes to LaVine. Lopez a screen. Off the screen, and LaVine throws it down.
And you love how Lopez can just remove a defender completely from the play with a solid screen.
And the Pacers operating in a smaller market. Some cost restraints for this franchise.
Right. This is not a team that can pay the luxury tax. It's not necessarily a free agent destination either. Those are challenges, but they have remained very competitive over the years.
For Chicago, they've gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. Dunn passes to Markkanen. Dunn with it. Now guarded by Bogdanovic. Lopez kicks to Dunn. Back to Lopez. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. LaVine can't hit. Pacers leading by 6. Right side, Collison. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. Doris, back in college, you were named to the All-Big East team. What an honor. You've been a broadcaster for Big East games in college basketball. Any players from that conference who would say, in your opinion, are better pros than they were in college?
Well, I think Josh Hart from Villanova would be a player that I'm curious to see what level of effect he has at the NBA level. He's not a guy who's going to blow you away with his athleticism, but all he did at Villanova was win. He's got 1 national championship to his credit. He was an effective two-way player in the Big East. Does he translate to the pros? I can't wait to see.
And Doris, multiple years at the college game, too.
Kevin, I think that perception is changing. There was a time where if you were a 4-year college player, you were frowned upon in the NBA. I think because of the age and experience, GMs and coaches are now looking at those guys who spend multiple years in college in a vastly different and much more positive light.
Very interesting thought.
And a chance here to see the numbers for Young. How his last 10 games have gone. Averaging about 11 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And those numbers solid, not spectacular. And sometimes what you see is what you get.
There's no doubt. This is a guy who understands his role, knows he's got to give you quality minutes, and that's what they expect from him.
Robinson's checked in for the Pacers, so he gets them both.
Well, with the NBA being so much about pace and space nowadays, that makes Al Jefferson a throwback. A rare big man these days who wants to make his living posting up.
Let's check out the Eastern Conference standings now that we're in the new year. You take a look at the Pacers. They're 6th right now in the conference with lots of time to make a move. And checking out Chicago, 6.5 games behind them.
And seeing where Indiana is, they've stayed right there, just in sniffing distance of the conference leaders. That's a solid accomplishment at this stage of the season.
Yeah, even so, though, I'm sure they're not satisfied just being near the top of the standings. They're going to be looking to make a major push as the season winds down.
And Holiday, here we go. He kicks it to Grant. And Jefferson sends it back.
I love to see a little nasty from Al Jefferson on the defensive end. Uses his length well right there.
Robinson kicks to Joseph. Joseph with a screen on Grant. And Robinson wide open. He shoots. And the Pacers can't get it to go. And Jefferson has said he's seen the NBA transition to floor spacing big men happen right in front of his eyes.
Right, but he believes there's still a place for his game in the NBA. Still a good scorer, able to punish teams in the low block, playing with the second unit.
Portis can't get it to go.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Stevenson drives in. The shot misses. Excellent D there from Holiday. Bulls trail by 10. Here's G. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Mavericks in Dallas. Back to Grant. They need this one. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
It's his first trip to the line. That one is off. Can't make the second free throw either. Missing both. Pacers leading by 10. In the corner, it's Robinson. That's good, and it's Stevenson with the assist. Robinson's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Chicago has gone 0-4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. And it's slammed in by Holiday.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
And you can blame it on a terrible defensive breakdown, one that could possibly swing the momentum here.
And Joseph kicks to Young. To the wing on the left. Robinson dishes to Jefferson. Young for 3. That shot no good. And it's Chicago the other way. We've got 1:08 left in the first. Grant with the ball. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Zipser's shot is off. Outside Robinson. He feeds it to Young. Screen by Young. Robinson passes to Young. Jefferson setting the pick for Joseph. Young with no one around. Again, Young missing.
Boy, he's so used to having a hand in his face that I think it caught him off guard to be that wide open.
Holiday goes in, and Holiday throws it down.
And ran his man straight into the screen and got a clear path to the bucket.
That is how it is done.
Great teamwork. That's something you develop by practicing it over and over again.
And Joseph kicks to Young. Here's the screen. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And had the right idea there in calling for the screen, but he was just slow to get to the spot and didn't get set.
Yeah, just a matter of he needs to be there a split second earlier. Not much room for error when you're setting a screen.
And so it's Indiana ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. Let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Pacers. Bulls trail by 9. On the court right now, second quarter for the Bulls. They've got Portis. G is out there with Grant. And it's Zipser in at the 4. Grant the pass to Zipser. There's the dish to G. Shot clock at 5. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. And that one drops for him. Zipser's got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for the Bulls. Pacers leading by 7. And Nate McMillan with a solid track record as head coach in Seattle and Portland before taking over the Indiana Pacers.
Well, think about it. Before this job, 12 seasons, all coaching in the Northwest. And that goes along with 12 seasons as a player, all with the Sonics. He actually earned the nickname Mr. Sonic for almost 2 decades in Seattle.
Now here is Holiday. And it's Grant in the corner. Here's Zipser, defended by Young. The shot by Holiday, no good. Pacers shooting about 42% so far. Robinson dishes to Joseph. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt. Bulls trail by 9. G kicks to Portis. Pass to Zipser. Takes a 3. Drills the three-pointer. Zipser's got 5 points in the quarter.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Now here's Joseph. He's guarded closely. Stevenson outside. Young, a screen on Holiday. The 3 from Joseph. The rebound by Holiday. Holiday's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Here's Zipser. He can't get it to go. Good D by Stevenson. Pacers leading by 6. Launches a 3. Sinks the three-pointer. Stevenson's got himself on the board with 3 there.
I'll tell you, you give him a free look from three-point range, that is simply a recipe for disaster.
Nice shot by Portis.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Joseph, the pass to Jefferson. Can't cash in from close range. Stolen by Joseph. Robinson for 3. They get it back. Teams value the 3 so much nowadays. Let's check out the best at it. The Pacers 4th.
No doubt they have snipers on that roster, that's for sure. It's been a terrific year for them from beyond the arc.
For Indiana, they have been perfect so far from the free throw line. 6 for 6.
Gentlemen, move shot. Move shot.
That one is off. Doris, as we know, you were born in New York, grew up in New Jersey, lots of basketball talent in those areas. Who were some local players who influenced you early on?
Well, 1983 is the year the Philadelphia 76ers won the NBA championship, and that team was the epitome of cool, Kevin, right? You had the masterful doctor, the power of Moses Malone, but you know who I tried to emulate? Mo Cheeks.
No kidding.
Yeah, the steady-headed point guard who could make big shots and come up with a timely steal. I couldn't be the doctor. I couldn't fly like the doc, so Mo Cheeks was my guy.
Oladipo for 3. Rebound by the Bulls.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Right side, Bogdanovich. Takes a big height bounce and goes in. Bogdanovich has got his first basket of the night.
Wow, how about that feathery touch from Bogdanovich? You just can't let this guy get loose from the mid-range.
Dunn dishes to Levine. To the right side. Out that one, the Indiana lead has been cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Dunn.
Chris Dunn really working to become effective long-range shooter. When he gets daylight, he's not shy.
And that's a foul called on Lauri Markkanen. That's foul number 2 for him. The Pacers making a change here. Sabonis is checked in. There's the screen. Collison kicks to Bogdanovic. Turner with the screen for Bogdanovic. And for three, Collison. Rebound by the Bulls. Lopez has got 3 rebounds now in this one. Kick out to Levine. A 3-ball. Another 3 for Chicago.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Outside, Bogdanovic. Turner with the screen for Bogdanovic. And he gets it to go.
Well, Bogdanovic looking so comfortable close to the rim. Just extends past the defense beautifully.
Dunn kicks to Valentine. Bean passes to Markkanen. Now here's Valentine. He's covered by Bogdanovic. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Chicago shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Indiana leading. There's the pass to Sabonis. It's Oladipo on the wing. Over Levine. Oladipo misses.
My goodness, get right in his grill and force him to alter the shot. That's tough defense in the post.
And nice to see Zach LaVine back out on the floor after seeing him lose the back half of last season to injury. Doris, that was a tough blow for him, tearing his ACL, but he hopes to have a full recovery.
Well, I think, Kev, the key piece here is sports medicine can do so much more now with the recovery of an ACL. And when Zach LaVine is healthy, with his burst and the ability in the open floor, this guy is a sight to behold.
Collison dishes to Oladipo. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Boy, that's an example of really quick feet by Victor Oladipo. He's just so good at getting into the lane to pick up these fouls.
And Oladipo has some parts of his game that needs work, but he is certainly terrific on the big finish.
Yeah, I mean, he's got longer arms than you would think for a player of his size, and the overall physical skill set, there's no doubt about it. You know, you look at his ability to just stay floating in the air for that extra moment when he's in attack mode, and this is a young man that still has his best basketball ahead of him. So close to getting the steal there, but the deflection equally as effective.
Right. I mean, that's solid defense. At the very least, you like seeing them muck it up and make things difficult.
Here's Levine.
Well, this is great defense from Miles Turner. High activity level, doesn't give up anything easy.
Outside, Bogdanovic. Oladipo against Levine. Stolen by Levine. Jumps up, and then Levine with the jam.
Body control, flair for the dramatic. Levine in style.
And that replay brought to us by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. One of the more exciting plays in basketball. Feeds it to Markkanen. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
And why take that contested shot? I mean, make the extra pass.
That's a head scratcher. When the defense is in your grill, move the ball.
And Zach LaVine gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Collison kicks to Bogdanovic. Here's Sabonis. The feed now to Turner. It's blocked by Lopez.
You know, it's blocks like that which make Lopez such a factor in the paint.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. One trend we've seen, Doris, is the shift away from one primary ball handler toward a more collective approach. You think that change is here to stay?
Well, it'll be interesting. I do think the NBA is very much a copycat league. So you think back to the 90s and the slowed down, grinded battles between the Miami Heat and the New York Knicks, to now the pace and space offenses that is so much fun for us to watch. What's the next evolution? We saw the San Antonio Spurs play big. Is there a team that wants to reformulate the NBA play, find success. As you know, everybody's trying to beat the champ, and right now the champ is all about pace and space and equal opportunity offense.
Indeed. And LaVine, here we go. And good that time.
Well, you've got to look at this guy's shooting as one of the main reasons they've been able to build this lead.
Young's checked in for Miles Turner. The Bulls have shot 70% from the free throw line tonight, 7 for 10.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
Collison, the pass to Oladipo. Stolen by LaVine. Pass to Dunn. That's good, and it's LaVine with the assist. Dunn's got 7 points in the game.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Oladipo against LaVine. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's on Lauri Markkanen.
Well, the versatility of Victor Oladipo is fantastic. This is a clever guard who plays his heart out on both ends of the floor.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
And you know, something I remember from their last game was how good he was at the line. And didn't have a single free throw in that first quarter, but he started to play with a little bit more of an edge to his game here in the second.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. And Stevenson's checked in for Bogdanovich, and it's Joseph in for Darren Collison. Portis, he's checked in for Chicago. G comes in for Dunn. And that one's good by G.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Young in the corner. And the rebound goes to Lopez.
Now, great look on that, just a little out of rhythm.
Yeah, he looked like he forced that a little bit. Just needs to take his time. Got to make these shots right now.
G, no good.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
And Joseph kicks to Young. Stevenson outside. Young with the ball. He's picked up by Lopez. It's stolen by G. Oladipo against LaVine. Lopez kicks to G. Passes it to Portis. Dishes to G. LaVine passes to Portis. Chicago working now with a new shot clock. G kicks to Portis. LaVine against Oladipo. It's tipped.
The defensive instincts of Victor Oladipo are superb. This guy understands exactly when to ride.
Ooh.
Oh, my God.
That's how you attack. Wow.
How'd he do that?
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. Now, here's Stevenson. Tight defense on him. Shot by Joseph. No good.
Well, it's been an up and down quarter for him on the offensive end. Mostly down, though.
G kicks to LaVine. Pass to Portis. He dishes it to Valentine. They set the screen.
No, sir.
Got it!
Wow.
What a shot!
Oh.
And they make sure to get the last shot of the quarter there. Nicely done.
Well, that's outstanding execution, Greg. You always want to get the last shot of the quarter, which is precisely what they did there.
And so it's Chicago going into the break with a 10-point lead. Trailing to start the quarter, they battled hard and pulled off a tremendous comeback. Now enjoying the lead. And we'll be back with you shortly.
And now, the 2K Sports
Welcome
Halftime
back,
Show.
folks. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Zach LaVine led the way in the first half. He ended up with 19 points, 2 steals, and 3 rebounds. Coming off a great performance last game, tonight he looked like he had that same aggressive mindset. And Shaq, what did you see out there from the Bulls?
Well, it was an unselfish, team-oriented half of basketball. The ball never stopped moving. Their offense had a great flow to it. It prevented anyone from getting lazy out there. They're always moving, cutting, knowing where they need to pass the ball, Ernie.
And Kenny, let's get your input on the Pacers.
Their inaccuracy from behind the arc was brutal. Shot selection, I didn't see any. The perimeter offense they're running, you could scrap that. They need to get back to the basics. Pound it inside, more pick and roll. Try to pick up some easy buckets.
And now, folks, just
welcome back, everyone, to Indianapolis, Indiana, where the famous Chase Tower stands tall above the city. All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. You look at Zach LaVine, he's really been playing well. The Bulls leading by 10. Collison and Oladipo pair at the 1 and the 2. Sabonis is out there with Young, and it's Bogdanovich in at the 3 spot. That's the Pacers 5. Here's Lopez, and that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Lopez has got the opening bucket to start the second half for Chicago. And Oladipo kicks to Sabonis. Screen by Young. Here's Sabonis. Lopez covering. Sabonis with the bucket. Sabonis has got his second basket of the night. And the Bulls with possession. Kicks it to LaVine. He feeds it to Dunn. Markkanen sets the pick for Dunn. Down low. And Markkanen gets it to go on the assist from Dunn. Markkanen's got the lead up to 12 now for the Bulls. Collison kicks to Oladipo. They set the pick. Collison with it. Now guarded by Dunn. And that'll be Indiana as it goes out of bounds. Pacers retain possession. Turner's checked in for Indiana. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Bogdanovich, no luck.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Valentine dishes to Markkanen. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And Markkanen is a perfect candidate for that stretch 4. Outstanding at pulling the trigger from deep and not afraid to go inside and bang with the other bigs.
The first free throw is good. The Pacers making a switch here. Jefferson's checked in. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Here's Collison. 13 points in the game. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
A moment here to look at some numbers for Valentine. He's averaging 8 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. And those numbers, solid, not spectacular. And sometimes what you see is what you get.
There's no doubt. This is a guy who understands his role, knows he's got to give you quality minutes, and that's what they expect from him.
And the first one drops. And both free throws good for Darren Collison. Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. Dunn kicks to LaVine. Lopez, a screen on Oladipo. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for 1.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
The Bulls have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line. And the free throw, no good.
But this is a very good free throw shooter already. And with a little focus, LaVine could be one of the league's best. I don't like their energy level since the break, right? They've missed 3 of their first 4 shots.
Lopez passes to Markkanen. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. There's a good screen. LaVine dishes to Markkanen. And he makes the bucket, drew contact, and gets the whistle too.
Markkanen absorbing the contact. He's really good at staying with his shot through that contact.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far. Justin Holiday's checked in for the Bulls. And the free throw, no good.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Collison kicks to Jefferson. Now Now the dish to Oladipo. Collison for three. Yes, it is. Scored that as a bucket. Number 5 on a 5 for 11 night.
Obviously, he's not the top priority for the defense in those situations. It results in an open three.
Here's Holiday, and Holiday throws it down.
Yeah, that's just a nice pass. This was one of college basketball's premier playmakers, done showing great vision.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
And, you know, this can happen on the road. You're out defending guys who have just gotten into a comfort zone playing at home.
No passion on the defensive end. Didn't look completely engaged. Really need to lock in and be focused on these road games.
Robinson's checked in for Victor Oladipo. And the Bulls making a change also. Paul Zipser, he's checked in for Valentine. And a chance to now check out the scoring distribution between the front court and the back court players tonight for the Bulls.
And we can see pretty even there between the guards and the bigs. That kind of balanced production has what's helped them craft this huge lead.
He throw good, Robinson. Or as it seems like individual all-star and MVP voting is heavily influenced by how players' teams perform. Is that a good thing?
Well, I will say this, Kevin. I have a vote in some of the postseason awards. And if, in fact, I've got two players at the same position and I need some line of demarcation to separate one from another, a team's win-loss record may influence that. Now, you might say it's unfair, but sometimes the difference between a player making it and not making it is minuscule. I would say this to you, Kevin. I would like to see all-star teams go out to 15 players as opposed to 12. There are 3 teams, first, second, and third, all NBA. Why not have 15 guys on the all-star team?
Excellent idea. The pass to Jefferson. And it's sent back by Lopez. And stolen by Bogdanovich. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Screen by Jefferson. Bogdanovich passes to Jefferson. Lays it up off the glass. Jefferson's got 5 now.
Al Jefferson is a reliable low-post scorer. He understands how to use his size, his length to get shots.
Markkanen dishes to Dunn. The kick out to Holiday. And he's good on the 3-ball. 9 points in the game so far.
Guys, listen, the defense was totally invisible on that 3-point attempt. Nobody even in his zip code.
Sabonis kicks to Collison. Rebound by the Bulls. Lopez has got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. He kicks it to Dunn. Outside Holiday. Top of the key, Dunn. Clock at 6. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. While there's a chance, let's show you the teams that have thrived on the fast break this season. The Pacers 4th.
I think that's what really distinguishes them offensively. They really like to get out in transition.
Outside Collison. There's a screen by Robinson. Collison with it. Now guarded by Dunn. The drive by Collison. Here's Sabonis. And it's off from 3-point range. Chicago leading by 16. Dunn kicks to Markkanen. To the left side wing. Lopez a screen. Dunn passes to Lopez. Tries again. Dunn's shot's good. Dunn's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they've got to talk about.
Well, I think they've got to ramp up the pressure. There's no excuse for letting them score at will in the paint. Make them feel you.
Lance Stephenson's checked in for the Pacers. Joseph comes in for Darren Collison. Chicago also making some changes. Portis comes in for Robin Lopez, and it's Jaron Grant in for Chris Dunn. Outside, Robinson feeds to Joseph. Screen by Jefferson. Clock at 6. Outside, Robinson. That's good from Jefferson on the assist by Robinson. And that's now 7 points for Al Jefferson.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Holiday with the 3. It's rebounded by Jefferson. Jefferson's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Joseph dishes to Stevenson. Jefferson setting the pick for Stevenson. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Stevenson's got his 2nd basket of the night.
Perfect example of how to set a great screen. Set your feet, stand firm.
And Holiday kicks to Markkanen, and Markkanen throws it down.
And how about the hops there by Markkanen? He knows not many guys can block that shot. Good at getting that deep post position.
Sabonis, the pass to Joseph. Teardrop shot, and he lays it up and in. Joseph's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
Well, I'll tell you, it takes a lot of confidence to go with the floater. That is not as easy as it looks.
And Corey Joseph, a terrific two-way player, Doris, at the combo guard.
Kev, he's got great pedigree. Remember, he began his career in San Antonio under the great Greg Popovich. This guy's a physical, mobile defender who will guard either the 1 or the 2.
Holiday against Robinson. In the corner, it's Stevenson. Screen by Jefferson. Shot off the screen. That is good. And the Bulls lead is cut down now to just 12 points with the basket from Stevenson.
Don't you love how Jefferson sets good, hard picks without fouling? He's almost 290 pounds. Good luck running into that.
Stolen by Robinson. And a fast break now for the Pacers. Joseph leading the charge. Jefferson's shot is off.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Markkanen can't get it to go.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Well, that's just stellar interior defense. You can't ask for anything more than that.
There's the steal. Right side, Holiday. Lots of room. And no good. So the Pacers will take it the other way. Next up on the docket, the Bucks following this one. That'll be the 2nd of 4 games at home for them. Chicago calls timeout.
And with the Tide running against them, needs to talk it over with his guys.
Well, Greg, I think I love the timeout call. At least it gives you a shift in momentum. It's a smart move.
Some changes for Indiana. Miles Turner, he's checked in for Jefferson. Young comes in for Sabonis. And it's Oladipo in for Glenn Robinson III. The Bulls also changing it up. Denzel Valentine, he's checked in for Paul Zipser. And Levine subbed in for Justin Holiday.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Here's Stevenson. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper. Stevenson's got 9.
Effective screen set there for the jump shot. That was the key to the play.
And Levine, here we go.
That's insane quickness by Zach LaVine. Hard to keep up with him off the dribble.
Al Jefferson's checked in for Turner. Bulls have had 15 tries at the line. They've made 10. Free throw good, Levine. No good on the second free throw.
Well, the league is finally catching up with Thaddeus Young. 6'8", 220 pounds. He was a small ball power forward before that was in vogue. Now he's kind of the perfect fit.
Fouled in the act of shooting. A three-point play chance coming up.
Listen, we know this about Thaddeus Young. He has very long arms. He's a nuisance on the glass. Big-time energy guy.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
And over the course of his career, Young more of a slasher than a shooter, Doris, at the power forward position.
Right. The southpaw has a very quick first step. And the last few seasons, though, starting to add that three-point shot. That will make him more effective.
For three, LaVine. That's down the hatch. Notch one more to his total. That's 9 for 15 shooting.
Come on now. We're talking about a big-time athlete with Zach LaVine. Catches the ball, gets into his rhythm, all in one motion.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Screened by Young. Clock at 6. It's rebounded by Portis. Portis has got his third rebound tonight. And LaVine, here we go. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And Indiana called for the foul.
You know, I like that mentality by LaVine, taking it inside, mixing it up a little bit.
And so LaVine nails both of them. Just 4 seconds left to play in the third. Off the mark. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Bulls out front. They lead by 13. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Indianapolis. Fred Hoiberg in a recent huddle with his players.
Better contest, better contest. All right, keep getting the pace going, guys. We're getting great looks.
Fred Hoiberg happy with some of the shots they're getting, but still wanting better defense.
Yeah, I mean, their energy on offense hasn't been quite matched up on the other end. He's hoping that can even out.
And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. On the court for the Bulls, getting this fourth quarter started. We've got Valentine. Markkanen is out there with Portis. Then it's Zach LaVine, and it's G in at the 1. Clock at 2. It's deflected. Pushing it up. All going up court. And LaVine with the slam.
And so far, they have been in complete control of this one. Just a well-rounded effort on the road.
Really just sheer dominance, going into enemy territory and flat out taking over this one.
It's Young on the wing. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
This is as good as it gets from the charity strike here in the second.
Thaddeus Young at the line for 2. And he can't get the first one.
You know, Kevin, it's easy to me to see why Thaddeus Young's teammates love him. This guy always knows his role and always plays within himself.
Bogdanovich is checked in for Indiana. Collison comes in for Corey Joseph. And the Bulls making a change here as well. Lopez is checked in. Now here's Valentine. He's covered by Bogdanovich. Lopez. Second shot opportunity. He takes it up and lays it in. And the Bulls lead by 17.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Collison dishes to Oladipo. And it's sent back by Lopez. The Bulls leading by 17. Out left to the wing. Kick out to LaVine. And that one comes up a bit short.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
Basket counts.
Well, no hesitation from Bogdanovich in the catch-and-shoot situation. Beautiful.
Bulls have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Portis kicks to Levine. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Traps in the tray. 6 points for G.
And guys, the offensive rebounding really has stood out here this half. All those second chance points are helping them maintain that lead.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. You look at Zach LaVine, he's really been playing well.
I think one of the things at the top of the list in this timeout discussion has got to be the amount of room they're giving him to operate. You've got to get more bodies on him to try to disrupt his rhythm.
Sabonis, he's checked in for Indiana. Chris Dunn's checked in for Chicago. Oladipo, good.
Well, he has shown Victor Oladipo that you must respect his 3 ability. When he's locked in, the defense has to contest.
Dunn kicks to Portis. To the paint. The 10-footer. It's rebounded by Indiana. Guys, their comeback bid had better get started.
I don't know, guys. It's going to take a pretty big run to get back in this one.
Here's Oladipo, and the call will be against Thaddeus Young. That's his first foul. Now the feed to Levine. Pass to Dunn. Down low, here's Lopez, and the rebound goes to the Pacers. Young's got his 4th rebound in this one. Oladipo, left side. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Collison's got 3 assists in the game. Dunn kicks to Levine. Oladipo with the double team. Passes to Lopez. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game, now 6 for 10.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And Oladipo kicks to Bogdanovic. They set the pick. Back to Oladipo. He got right to the cup using that screen. Oladipo's got 7 points for the quarter.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
To the wing on the left. Levine passes to Valentine. Here's Dunn. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
Now, this is the area that Dunn is working on. Wants to be a proficient catch-and-shoot guy.
And the call will be against Robin Lopez. That's his 5th foul.
Oh, my. He really needs to be careful now. That was his 5th foul of the night.
Collison kicks to Oladipo. And the layup falls. Oladipo's got 9 points here in the second half.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Dunn dishes to Lopez. Slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries.
After an ice-cold start to this game, he is pouring it on here in the second half.
Collison, the pass to Oladipo. Screen by Young. Back to Collison. Off target from 3-point range. The Bulls leading by 16. Levine kicks to Valentine. Lopez sets a screen for Valentine. Lopez dishes to Valentine. Pass to Dunn. Fires from deep. Goes back up. And it's Lopez laying it in. And the Bulls lead by 18.
Well, he just keeps rolling right now. What a terrific quarter for him on the offensive end.
Collison, the pass to Young. Back to Collison. Outside, Bogdanovic. Young against Lopez. 5 on the clock. Young's shot is off.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. And it's Dunn in the corner. 3-pointer. Offensive rebound. Lopez, no luck.
And it's not easy to get those stops at the rim, but he does a great job with it.
Yeah, he can make it look simple on the interior when it's really not. He knew exactly how to guard on the inside.
Oladipo against Levine, and it's sent back by Lopez.
I'll tell you, it'd be a big help if he could snap out of this cold streak. His shooting has been hurting them.
11 feet away. Levine can't hit. Pacers trail by 18. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And the wide open shot from Collison. No good, and they can't put an end to this drought. The Bulls have gone 7 of 16 from the field here in the fourth. That's about 43%. Now Dunn. It's Portis atop the key. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot.
An example of Dunn showing just how unselfish he is, moving the ball well.
Now here's Collison. Defense is right there. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Doris, we know there's a lot of trash talking on the court. Some of it is unfriendly, some of it not so much, just kind of playing around. When do you consider comments going over the line?
Well, given that I'm not necessarily privy to exactly everything that's said, I imagine much of it not PG rated, Kevin.
No.
I would say that's an issue for the players to decide. If you step over the line, you're going to feel me in some way, shape, or form.
I don't know, though, we've ever had a time in any professional sport, but in particular the NBA, where there has been a real feeling of community among the players. I mean, I think in the olden days, there was genuine hatred, and there's some of that now, but there is really a feel like, wait, we are all in this together.
Maybe too much so. Like
too much so.
I enjoyed watching Larry Bird, who was supposed to be amongst the best trash talkers, get into the head of the player. Draymond Green is the current iteration of perhaps the best trash talker. I say, listen, let him yap a little bit. Nothing wrong with that.
He's taking Kevin Garnett's place in that regard, I think.
Yeah.
No good on that one.
And after attempting no free throws in the first half, now he's putting the defense back on its heels.
Good on the second free throw. So it's the Pacers now. And the Pacers call time here.
And really, whether you're up or down, it's a game of adjustments.
Well, I'd like to see them mix it up a little bit. You've got to keep the opposition off balance.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Zach LaVine.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
I don't think anyone in this building saw this coming. I'm sure that of the players who these fans thought would beat them, his name was not at the top of the list. Oladipo against Levine. And Oladipo kicks to Sabonis. And that one drops for him.
Well, in that individual matchup, the rim is totally unprotected. He's just got too much size on him.
Dishes it to Valentine. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Really good work in the painted area. You need to have the inside game working like that.
Collison dishes to Young. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Collison's got assist number 5 here tonight. The Bulls leading by 17. Dunn kicks to Lopez. And the dunk by Lopez.
Just terrific determination. First compiling the lead and now building on it.
Yeah, Greg, I think it's very difficult coming back in this instance. They have owned this game. Don't see them coughing up this lead.
Young got a piece of it. And the call will be against Thaddeus Young. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Anabogu's checked in for Young. Leaf comes in for Sabonis. And Stevenson's checked in for Bogdanovich. And it's Joseph in for Darren Collison. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Paul Zipser, he's checked in for Lopez. Justin Holiday comes in for Denzel Valentine. Grant, he's checked in for Zach LaVine. And G's subbed in for Chris Dunn.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Bulls.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win, a game that not many will soon forget, and on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And so this will now translate to 14 wins on the season.
And this victory will draw them even in the season series as it comes to a close.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Zach LaVine.
Boy, what a tremendous display of offensive firepower. It mattered not the size, the type of defender they put on him. He made easy work of it.
And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
I think that's exactly the mentality you have to have. You don't want to give this team any hope of coming back.
And Joseph kicks to Stevenson. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Lopez. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game. Felicia's checked in for Lopez.
At the line for 2.
First one falls for him. All three throws good from Lance Stevenson. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Grant the pass to Zipser. Grant kicks to Zipser. Back to Grant from the line. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Stevenson dishes to Joseph. There's the screen. A three-pointer is right on target.
You know, a guy with that size from the downtown three-point area, no chance for a defender to alter that shot.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.